Welcome to Pentagon 2000's presentation of Publication Management Module. The Publication Management Module enables the management of all publications that are used in your operations. Left-click the Operations button. Left-click the Publications button. Publications may be identified as one of 5 different types. The attributes recorded and the way that the system treats the publication is slightly different for each type. Applications do not necessarily refer to an actual publication, but how a part number, model number, or other record may be applied. Manuals refer to documentation containing information and instructions for the maintenance or repair of a particular part number, model number, or other record. Drawings refer to visual documents related to the maintenance or repair of a particular part number, model number, or other record. Bulletins refer to service announcements issued either by a manufacturer or your operations department. Directives refer to specific guidance or instruction generally issued by a national regulatory authority in response to existing service bulletins. We will discuss manuals in detail, then identify differences in the other types of publications. To document a new manual, left-click the Add button. Enter the attributes of the manual. The manual date is the date when the manual was originally published. The Source of Revision field allows you to identify the purchase order on which the manual was acquired. The Customer field allows you to identify that a particular customer requires the use of the particular manual. A Message field is available to document general information, as well as a Memo field to document information that is relevant internally. The Reviewed By tab displays information related to the review and approval of the manual for current use. The Date Verified field may be identified as the date the manual information was verified and approved by the appropriate authority within your organization. A Note field is available for documenting a short message about the review or approval. If this manual is linked to a part number for which component work orders are created, the current checkbox must be checked, and the until date must be in the future for the work order to be created. Information on the Temporary tab records information related to when a temporary revision is issued for a manual. The Extended Info tab displays 10 user-defined fields. Labels for these fields may be changed for each of the 5 types of publications. You may add images for the manual by selecting the Images button. Images are added using the Imaging module. Documents may be linked to the manual as well by selecting the Docs button. In general, this is where you would want to link the actual manual. You will select the file you would like to link in the File Name field. Identify the date that the document was linked. You may link this publication to an unlimited number of records within the system by selecting the Links button. Select the type of record to which you would like to link the manual. Linking a manual to a part number adds a great deal of functionality. As discussed previously, publication links to part numbers may affect the creation of work orders for those part numbers. A work order cannot be created unless all manuals linked to the part number are current. Select the part number to which you would like to link the manual. If you would like to add a link from this manual to multiple part numbers, simply select Additional Part Numbers. You may also link publications to a multitude of other records. In this example, we will link the manual to a particular aircraft. A new tab will appear for each kind of record to which the manual is linked. When a change is made to the manual, the change will be updated for all linked records. Manuals are not updated automatically for work orders, but may be updated from the work order options. If the manual should only be linked to a particular range of serial numbers, you may identify the range for each part number. The manual is now linked to the records. We can view the manual from each record. We will take a look at the aircraft. Now we will discuss the differences in the other publication types. An application does not require many of the fields available for manuals. There is a complied checkbox to identify that the application is active. There are also applied by and applied on fields to identify the responsible party and the date on which the application became active. The user-defined fields on the Extended Info tab may be labeled differently than the user-defined fields on the Extended Info tab in the Manuals window. For drawings, the Info tab looks very similar to the one in the Manuals window. Both the Reviewed By and Extended Info tabs are identical to the Application window. For bulletins, the Info, Reviewed By, and Extended Info tabs all look familiar. The General tab records additional classification and interval information. The Type of SB and Type of Bulletin fields allow you to classify the bulletin. The Track by Other field allows you to identify an additional description. The Link Bulletin field allows you to associate this bulletin with a previously created bulletin. You may also identify whether the bulletin is mandatory and the recommended intervals for completing the instructions outlined in the bulletin. The Directive adds the ability to link multiple bulletins on the Info tab. On the General tab, you have the ability to identify the intervals required for completing the instructions outlined within the directive. In addition, you have the ability to identify a date by which the directive is to be complied with.